Hello and welcome back to Scholastically Natalie, where we talk about books, reading, D&D, and sometimes other things. Sorry if you can hear the fan going in the background. It is very toasty today in my apartment, and the second fan was assembled and has been turned on. Today I figured we could continue with Candide by Voltaire. Yes, I realize that I have just kind of let this one be abandoned by the wayside, and that is because when I reorganized my desk and cleared all the clutter off of it, I stuck it in a bin, and thus the bin was in a spot in my desk, and I never saw it, and everything in it vanished from my memory and from existence because of that. I need to have everything out, or else I forget it exists. It's really bad. So beyond that, I am trying a new recipe today to try to recreate Chinese lo mein. Sorry, my brain. From the Americanified Chinese restaurants, because I recently had it and I surprisingly enough really like it. Sadly, the lo mein noodles that I got were the only ones in Giant Eagle, and they were organic, and the first time I cooked them they came out kind of thin, so they're not as thick as lo mein noodles. They're just like 90% of why I like the lo mein noodles, so I don't know how good it'll be. I made the sauce, we'll see. Anyways, let's begin with Candide. Today we are reading Chapter 6, How a Beautiful Auto da Fe was made to prevent earthquakes, and how Candide was whipped. For clarity, I figured we could define auto da fe, and I did look it up on how to pronounce it, and this was correct. And it is the burning of a heretic by the Spanish Inquisition. I did have to Google it. So I figured we could get started. After the earthquake that destroyed 3/4 of Lisbon, the sages of the country could think of no more effective means of staving off complete ruin than to give the people a beautiful auto da fe. It had been decided by the University of Coimbra that the spectacle of a few people burning alive slowly, and with great ceremony, was an infallible secret to preventing the earth from trembling. I love this sentence because already it's just like, how are these two things connected? They had consequently seized a Biscayan, convicted of marrying his godmother, and 2 Portuguese who had pulled the bacon garnish off a chicken they had eaten. 2 definitely heretical people. 3, I mean. And also, not of Lisbon. After dinner, they came and tied up Dr. Pangloss and his disciple Candide, the one for speaking his mind, the other for having listened with an air of approbation. They were conducted separately to extremely cool apartments where they were never bothered by the sun. 8 days later, they were both dressed in San Benitos, and their heads adorned with paper mitres. Candide's mitre and San Benito were painted with inverted flames and with devils that had neither tails nor claws, but Pangloss's devils had claws and tails, and the flames were upright. Dressed like this, they marched in procession and heard a very moving sermon, followed by a fine droning chant. Candide was whipped to the rhythm of the singing. The Biscayan and the 2 men who had refused to eat bacon were burned, and Pangloss was hanged, although hanging was not the custom. The same day, the earth shook again, with a terrific din. So clearly this did not do anything. Candide, terrified, bewildered, desperate, all bloody and palpitating, said to himself, "If this is the best of all possible worlds, what are the others like? I could have put up with the whipping, for I was whipped by the Bulgars, but oh, my dear Pangloss, the greatest of philosophers, did I have to see you hanged without knowing why? Oh, my dear Anabaptist, the best of men, did you have to be drowned in the harbor? Oh, Miss Cunegonde, the most exquisite of girls, was it necessary that your belly be ripped open?" He was turning away, barely able to stand, preached at, whipped, absolved, and blessed, when an old woman approached him and said, "My son, take courage. Follow me." And that is the end of the very short Chapter 6. So this is gonna be a real short video. I just really wanted to kind of poke back into Candide again before I inevitably forget about it, because my brain is a sieve, and that's just kind of how I seem to work. Anyways, I hope this was a slightly entertaining, if not very short video for you. Let me know what kind of video length you like. I did notice that not many people watched the 2-hour one, and not many people get all the way through my videos, so I was wondering, you know, if you want super short ones, if you want medium ones, if you want long ones, if you'd like documentary length ones. I'm good either way. I definitely tend towards long form content because I can talk for an extremely long time. Anyways, my Void Dwellers, I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Scholastically Natalie is out.